The decision to study the effects of the agroforestry system based on the integration of acacia trees with cassava and maize in Ibi, Kinshasa, has been challenging to implement, but the outcome is rewarding in a sense. The preliminary phase let me explore the context of the study, and here is what I saw and discovered, and also what I did. So I'm going to present this context. So the 8-year-old plantation of acacia in Ibi was being exploited when I arrived. That was November 2016. Acacia trees were being transformed into charcoal, and the system requires basically the harvested land to be replanted with cassava, benefiting from soil fertility that results from litter accumulation and maybe also root decay. So in few minutes, here is a visual reminder of this setting, which was my research setting, basically. Without this visual reminder, I think it may be difficult to understand the long literature and why I hesitate to formulate some conclusions as I move towards the end of this dissertation. So the preliminary phase, I found charcoal being produced, being made. What happens is that people buy trees, acacia trees, mature trees, usually 1 hectare or more. They make charcoal, they sell it to Kinshasa market and get their benefits. The land is supposed to be recultivated to perpetuate the cycle. So land preparation is done by first burning the vegetation, then plant maize. If rain is enough, then cassava is planted too. So after charcoal production, a different vegetation basically has developed. Acacia twigs, branches and litter are only one part of the biomass. So I saw that not everything cultivated after acacia looked healthy, contrary to what is affirmed in the system, that the system improved crop. Farmers planted demanding crops like tomato or even eggplants on charcoal spots before even clearing the land. So charcoal spots disturbed the field, as you can see here, and left depressions on the field. Farmers did not necessarily remove weeds, so that even the final yield can be seen as the result of both the system and the management, which is very important. All this meant a lot of work, because that was the reality of the acacia agroforestry system that I found. So we chose 2 sites, one on a slope, 1 hectare, and 0.5 hectare on a flat land, at about 500 meters away from the first location, with the same land use history. So for litter and soil sampling, these are the steps in brief. Sampling points were defined to cover the entire field, to avoid the borders and also avoid charcoal spots. Before burning, litter was collected in defined spots in 20 replications on the entire field. And as you saw, litter does not cover all the field. There is more than litter on the field after acacia has been harvested. Soil samples were taken generally 1 meter next to the litter points at 5, 20 and 30 centimeters depth. Not mixed, but treated separately. It means we didn't use composite samples because we want to test if burning affected topsoil only or affected deeper layers of the soil. So burning was then imposed on half of the field. Then the burned litter, meaning the ashes, was collected, and soil samples were collected again at the 3 soil depth as before. So those samples were dried in a room at room temperature in Kinshasa, prepared according to the lab protocol for analysis, and sent to Kenya for analysis, nutrient analysis. Kinshasa is not known to have scientific quality laboratories. That's what local professors told me. So doing research here then required first delimiting the field, doing the litter and soil sampling, clearing the vegetation, burning the dry vegetation, collect the samples on the burned field, and move to the cassava experiment. And that's what I will briefly present later on, and share the findings and the many conclusions from this work.